So I just like,
Let me
just
ask you,
kind of,
outside of your fatigue,
yeah.
clearly, how you been?
I'm doing good. I mean, yeah, I am definitely a little tired. I'm doing all right. I'm embracing the next few weeks are probably gonna be pretty busy work wise, and then outside of that, trying to do my own thing with like music. I have a new song coming out, but I've dealt with mental blocks for so long. I don't really have like management or anything like that. Just kind of like I keep myself from releasing, and that's on me. So like this summer, I really want to be locked in. I have so much music I'm waiting on. I just want to like just be singing and just dropping all the time. So outside of like working as much as I am, just making sure that it's not taken away from the focus of like making music. So yeah, I'm doing good. I'm locked in. That's how I feel. I wouldn't say I'm like doing amazing or I'm like down. I'm more so like I'm kind of like in a space where I'm like focused. The first failure that I'm doing when it comes to, being productive is not producing, not composing, not making. So instead of overthinking about like, oh well, what if I make it and it doesn't succeed or it flops? Well, you haven't made it yet, and I'm already like in my head thinking about how it will be perceived when it's already done. When I'm only halfway done. I'm only in this chorus right now, and I'm thinking, oh well, I didn't like that melody right there. Well, now the whole song is shit. Like it's like go through the motion, finish the motion first, and then like it. But it didn't all happen at one point. It all happens over time and realizing, what's not working, but what is working. But the main thing I've noticed that works is, when I do put stuff out there, people receive it well. So I need to stop thinking about the bad side of that, I guess. I don't think, spending extensive time trying to unpack deep down trauma. Like I don't think it's conducive to like moving forward and living a happy, productive life. So like while I do deal with abandonment issues and kind of caring what people think, I think I've gotten to a point where I kind of know that's kind of like a subconscious thing I'm gonna have to deal with. It's like sometimes I got to be like, you're caring a little bit too much. Just ease up on yourself a little bit, but at the same time, I do think it's kind of helped me. It's helped me be self-aware. I think I'm pretty self-aware when it comes to like how I am in a room and stuff like that. I don't think that a lot of when I wouldn't say a lot of people. I don't think that that's something as common as people think. Self-awareness. I think that's a really important thing. So this it comes with its pros and cons, definitely. I don't think happy life is supposed to be a perfect life, happy life, whatever that is. We're all supposed to have our ups and downs. So I guess these are just mine. So I gotta carry that. It's made me a better black man for sure. I feel like I'm blessed to see both parts. I've seen, the deadbeat, broken home, black father, went to prison for, we don't got to get into all that. But I've also got to see a black man who not only had a daughter, but adopted two other kids, was a Marine, had us on road trips, took care of his family. I've seen those types of things. So I definitely carry those with me in, with everywhere I go. Oh, it's pretty wonderful. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Growing up, high school, it was hard. I was not the easiest. I was not the easiest one. But over time, I guess maturity. I guess I kind of realized that they didn't have to do a lot. They didn't have to do anything. They didn't have to adopt me. They didn't have to do anything. So I over time became like super grateful for what they did. And then I remember seeing at points when, I was feeling resentful. They were taking in my cousin's kids because they were dealing with their own stuff. So we were raising little infant cousins. I'm just like, though, they're doing the stuff that I feel like, my family should have done for me. If you sit in your emotion, it'll affect you more. Um, for me, it's like if I don't make music, how can I call myself a musician? Regardless of how I'm taking and how I'm treating myself, I have to. It's like a shark. I have to keep going. That like it's helped me kind of keep out of that mindset because I'm like I'm here. I go in the studio, I make 4, we set it up, and instead of sitting on the song for a month, no, knock it out, send it here, get back in next week. So like, so I don't have time to sit and think like, oh man, well what if, like, no, you don't got time for that. No what if, it's already out. So it's like continuing to like stay locked in. Over the last few years, I would say the last 3 years, I've really just been making a real effort just to not be upset and just not take things personally and just to, that's just a part of me that just, it's just not a good feeling. It's the worst feeling is to like feel like bad about yourself. So I just am making an effort to not. And now I'm at a point where it's like, it's, I see what they mean by like, it's easier than you think to just chill, like just try to be happier, be more optimistic. And that's what I mean, not be happier. That's not a good way to say it. Be more like, have a more positive outlook on where you are and where you're going. Because like I said, like I'm blessed. So I had to, I had to take that into account. So like I said, it wasn't overnight, but it was recent. It was the last couple of years for sure. I think it's a lot of things that goes into, being happy. And that's why a lot of people my age realize that they are unhappy and they think that that means that they're in a bad place. No, it's just you're not happy yet. You need to do the thing you love, figure out how to be fulfilled in that thing, turn that thing into, I don't want to use capitalist word like empire, but turn it into something that can, I don't know, start a family and give them a world where then you can be happy when you're done doing your job, when you're done doing all the shit. I don't think it's in this 60-hour work week that I'm doing right now. I'm tired as fuck. I'm not upset, but I wouldn't think that, true bliss and, happiness is what I need to be locked in. Like, and that's just reality. I need to be locked in. And then at some point though, I'm gonna be happy as fuck. That's a fear of mine. That's definitely, I hear about that all the time. Like, and I'm not one of those people like, yo, if I'm a millionaire the next year, I'm gonna, like, it's more so if, let's say, like my biggest goal as a musician, like the thing that would make me go crazy is not necessarily a Grammy. If I made it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or the Writers Guild, if I became known as one of the greatest songwriters of all time, or if I made it in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, those are two things where I would be like, but it's like, I hear all these stories, like you could knock out every goal, you set out everything you want, and then look up and still not be happy. And I'm like, yo, that's so scary, bro. I've honestly always thought of it as some like, one of my goals in life is to, find like true, like mental, emotional peace that like finds some sort of like real happiness. And of course, like I'm in a good place right now. Like I feel great and optimistic, but I always feel like I'm optimistic for like, I want to get to the point where I know where I don't gotta be optimistic no more, where I can just be like, yeah, we did it. I'm good now. I'm good. So I guess it's kind of like more so trying to get to that. And I have to, like you said, I have to acknowledge that like, I'm probably pretty happy right now. I don't know, Mike said some crazy shit a few weeks ago. He said he said that his dad told him this. He said that the thing you do today won't, I think something like it won't show up, like it won't show until like 6 months down the line. So you have to be doing something every single day so that you can later on see the results all the time type shit. And it was kind of like, it's all this stuff, like conversations like this, when little gems that I can like take with me and just kind of like think about, if I had like known something like that a long time ago, man, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not thinking like a missed opportunity, but now it's kind of like, whoa, like I could have been looking at life this way when I was looking at life this way. So now I'm just kind of like, every time I hear like a gym or something that I could like kind of help me in a way, like sharpen my iron, I kind of take it. Like I try not to not listen, if that makes sense. When people say things or when people are like, I try not to like, I used to just, be tunnel vision and not like, when I was kind of like, yo, there's a lot of good fucking ideas out there in the world, and just kind of listen.